Hey yo, what is good, y'all? I'm Malcolm McFadden, creator of 615 Comics, and I'm back with the Yo and Nerd podcast. This is episode 13. Now, I'm sorry for the delay. It's been a couple weeks since episode 12, bro. I went on vacation. Work got crazy when I got back, and then I got sick, so I wasn't really able to push out these videos like I like to. But I am back with episode 13, and so much stuff has happened that I want to talk about. So let's get into it, y'all. So one thing I missed while I was gone was that James Gunn announced that Man of Tomorrow, basically the kinda sequel to the Superman movie, will be coming out in 2027. July, I believe. July 9th, 2027. Now that will be after, Supergirl comes out, which Supergirl, I believe, comes out next year. And then he says Man of Tomorrow will be coming out, which is, he says, not really a sequel to the Superman movie. Basically, when he released the movie, the announcement, he released it with artwork done by some DC artists. And it was basically of Lex Luthor in his suit, with his super suit with Superman. All right. And it kind of seemed like a buddy type thing. It didn't seem like they were really going against each other. So he also said that this Superman movie would kind of be like a buddy movie with him and Lex, kind of like a collab movie between them two. So it wouldn't be like just a Superman solo sequel movie. You feel me? Kind of like Batman vs Superman, where it's kind of like a Batman and Superman movie. This would be like a Lex and Superman movie, and it'll be titled Man of Tomorrow. Which is funny because that was also the title that I believe Zack Snyder was going to go with his Man of Steel sequel after the Justice League movie. So I don't know what's up with that, you feel me? That could be a little something there, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this movie seems like it's going to be like a buddy Superman Lex movie, and they're going to be teaming up together to stop a villain. Now, everybody thinks the villain's going to be Brainiac. I do too. I think it's going to be Brainiac. I think it has to be Brainiac. I think who else is it going to be? You feel me? Lex and Superman trying to stop somebody, of course, is most likely going to be Brainiac. So that is coming up, and that's what to look forward to. And James Gunn also put out a lot of other news and stuff like that with Peacemaker coming out, with Peacemaker being out. He also said that this Peacemaker season 2, you have to this will have a lot to do with the future of the DCU, and also the Superman sequel of Man of Tomorrow is what he said. So, which kind of goes against what he said when he said you're not going to have to watch these certain projects to know what happens in other projects. But now he's kind of going back on that and saying with Peacemaker season 2, you got to watch it to know what happens further on in DCU, which I think is kind of weird and kind of something I wanted to talk about. I think that's kind of weird just for the simple fact of Peacemaker's an R-rated show and hard on the R. Hard on the R. All right? And it's kind of weird that you're putting stuff that's going to have to do with the future of the DCU, and that's very important in Peacemaker, when not everybody's going to watch Peacemaker, you feel me? And Peacemaker isn't really that popular of a character anyway, so I feel like people aren't going to watch that show that much. Maybe this is to get people to watch the show, but in the days of clips, people could just see what you say that's important in clips and stuff like that. But that's very weird to me. I've already said it, that it's weird to me that Peacemaker is kind of like the centerpiece of this universe, being as he's not popular in comics, and he's not really that popular in the mainstream media itself, and it kind of seems like they're trying to make him, but yeah, it's kind of, I think it's going to be hard to make a character whose father is a superhero Klans member popular, but that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, he's basically saying that you kind of got to watch Peacemaker season 2, and after the first episode, I haven't continued watching it. I'm going to catch up at some point, but Peacemaker is just not my cup of tea. You feel me? It's just not my cup of tea, and it just, yeah, not something I really want to watch, but I'm going to watch it to keep up with the DCU. But he said that you're going to have to watch Peacemaker to know what happens and continue, so I'm guessing there's going to be some big reveals in Peacemaker season 2. Also, on the James Gunn front, we have that Superman movie will also be out the same year as The Batman. The Batman number 2 is also scheduled to come out in 2027. I believe October of 2027 or late 2027. But that's dope. We're gonna get Superman and Batman movies in the same year. And Matt Reeves kind of confirmed it, that this is an Elseworld story, that this will not be with the DCU. So that confirms that we're going to get 2 Batman. And I don't see why people thought that they were going to be combined anyway, because Matt Reeves, I believe when he signed on for his Batman to be its own Batman. And so that he wouldn't have anything to do with a greater universe or nothing like that. They can just tell this story and this story only, and it have nothing to do with a bigger DC universe. So I don't see why people thought that he would jump on to this DCU if that was true about him signing on to have his own Batman. But he basically confirmed that this is going to be its Elseworld story and its own standalone and not connected with the Superman. Which for me, I'm so excited for that. I am happy it's not, because I think we can get a more comic booky, more Batman that fights aliens and stuff like that in the DCU, and we can keep this grounded Batman, because I like both. I like the grounded Batman, and I want to see a Batman that will fight parademons and stuff like that. So I'm all for this 2 split, and I think people said it's going to be not good to have 2 separate Batmans. I agree. I think that's going to be, if you're in the DCU, you're going to have to really kill it with the Batman. You feel me? I think if you don't do anywhere what Matt Reeves is doing with this Batman universe, it's just going to fall short. And I already think the Superman movie fell short, and that's my own opinion. But you can't fall short with Batman, because Batman is DC's money. We all know this. You can't fall short with the Batman. But yeah, so we're getting Superman and Batman same year, which is hype for DC fans, and it's gonna be 2 very different, universes, which I'm also hyped for. It's like getting multiple Batman comics, like, Detective Comics, and also the main Batman, which I think this is kind of how it is. Matt Reeves is gonna be like Detective Comics Batman, and whereas DCU Batman is gonna be more of the mainline Batman, main continual Batman, which I'm all for. I can't wait for that. So that's kind of news on the DCU front. Well, with Man of Tomorrow, Peacemaker out right now, and also the Batman coming out the same year and just being separate. So that's also dope. But also the Batman, let's talk about the Batman. The Penguin just won 8 Emmys, bro. Just won 8 Emmys, man. That show was fire. It was great. It was literally like The Sopranos or like Godfather, but in the comic book universe. So that was crazy, and I'm loving that it got the love that it deserves. So I'm loving the love. Like, it deserved all 8 of those Emmys for, like, I think it got some for makeup, sound. I believe the supporting actress in the film, in the show, also won an Emmy. Like, it was that's also why I say they can't fall short with the DCU Batman. You got to do something good, because, man, Matt Reeves is killing it, getting Emmys for the Penguin, bro. That is fire. And I think that will add on hype for when the Batman 2 comes out, even though it's coming out in 2 years, and I believe it came out 2-3 years ago. So it's a long in between. It's a long in between for the movies. But I think this could help the hype of Batman 2 when it comes out. You feel me? And just one little tidbit before I end off on this topic. Last thing on this topic, man, they better, like I said, they better do good with this Man of Tomorrow movie, bro. Especially, I think, at the box office and stuff. Especially, which I don't normally care, but it seems like fans and people and critics care about that. But especially at the box office, because if you can't beat the Batman 2 with Superman 2, like, there's going to be something really to said about this DC universe that we got going. Especially if Supergirl doesn't do especially as good as they wanted to next year. I think it's going to be a lot of talks about what happens with this DC universe. And plus, with I seen rumors of Paramount possibly trying to buy Warner Brothers and all the film studios and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of crazy things coming up with DC in the next couple years. And I want to see how this all falls into place, especially with the films and the TV shows. I want to see how all this falls in place. So be on the lookout for that. Paramount's looking to buy Warner Brothers. What's going to happen if, like, Supergirl doesn't do that great, and if, Man of Tomorrow can't outbeat the Batman at the box office, or it just critic-wise, we'll see. Because, that seems to be something that they care a lot about. I mean, money. Of course, studio making money is what you care about. But that's all in all for the DCU right now. As things come up, I'll, keep you updated on that. And sorry I'm late on these topics, but I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, y'all. Next up, we're going to talk about something more worldly that has made its way into the comic book realm. So we're going to talk about, as you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with America right now. And don't worry, I'm not getting political at all. You're not going to get my opinions on none of that. I'm just reporting on what is happening right now in comic books. So as you know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now with the Charlie Kirk murder and killing. So the Red Hood writer, as you know, Red Hood just came out with a brand new series, right? A brand new series where Red Hood was moving on to his own town. He was teaming up with Huntress, and this was going to be like balls to the wall Red Hood. All right, this was going to be Red Hood. They said he was actually going to be killing people. He said they said what you wanted from Red Hood is you're ready to get with this comic, right? And then so the writer of Red Hood actually said some things about Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to say what they said and all that, but that led to DC canceling the series. Like, they taking it out. Like, they telling people to send number ones back. They not going to release number 2. Like, this whole thing is just done. Like, they just stopping with the Red Hood, bro. And I didn't even get a chance to read the number 1. I bought it, but I didn't even read it, and I probably not, because there's going to be no point. If I like it, I'm going to be mad that continued it. If it's trash, I'm going to be mad that I even wrote it. I mean, even read it or bought it. You feel me? So, but that is getting canceled right now, and whether I agree with it or not, that's just kind of crazy that the whole series just literally just got canceled, for, maybe something the writer had said or something like that. I think this is just crazy, especially when the book was already out and it just came out. That's kind of crazy to happen. But like I said, I'm not really going to go deep into it or give you my political views or anything dumb like that. We talk about comics here, and this is comics that are getting canceled. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Just let y'all know, if you a Red Hood fan, that this series is canceled. But also, collectors, who knows in the future, this joint could be worth something. Red Hood number 1s could be worth something big in the future. Who knows? But that's just something I wanted to report on for right now and let y'all know about what's going on with that. But I also want to continue on this talk of comics, because we just August just passed, and I want to start doing my best comics of the month. And so for August, one comic that was easily head and shoulders above all the rest that I really liked, that I really enjoyed, drum roll please, Ancestral Recall, written by Jordan Clark. Now, if you watch the podcast, one of the past episodes, I talked about this comic book series and how it was dope. It was real innovative. It's basically this character who's looking for his wife, who takes powers from people, from his ancestors, like people from the past. He's taking their abilities and using those abilities to help him find his wife, which I thought was real creative and innovative, especially it's written by a black writer and it's going to kind of like black history and stuff like that. I thought that was dope. I thought that was very cool to put in a comic and kind of turn, like our history into some comic booky that people can enjoy and still learn about history and learn about their ancestors and learn about leaving a legacy and stuff like that, passing down things. I think that was great. Reading this comic, it was only issue number 1. Oh, and also, man, I forgot to add it to my list at Third Eye, so they didn't put it in my box, and it sold out. So now I gotta wait to get number 2. But number 1 was great. It was easily my favorite of August, of any of the comic books that come out in August. So that is definitely number 1. If you get a chance to check that out, it's written by Jordan Clark. He was part of the Milestone Initiative that DC did, where they had a whole bunch of like creators of color, different diverse creators come together, and they did like this whole Milestone Initiative, and he actually wrote stories. I think they had a whole I think it was like a anthology of stories that were written by these people and drawn by these people, because it was artists too. But this is actually his comic book series, and it's actually dope, called Ancestral Recall. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. But that is my number 1 comic of August. Okay, let's get into comics. Let's get more into comics. We was talking about Batman with the live action Batman, but so much is going on with Batman in comics right now. So DC is doing this thing, DC All Land, where they, now with Batman, they're kind of redoing the story, starting back with a number 1. And this is going to be a very interesting series of Batman. Because number 1, before we get into the story itself, the writer for this, which let me actually look up the writer for this as I say this, but the writer for this said that each story in this Batman in this new Batman run will be like a one-off story. Like it won't be like 1, 2, and 3 are a whole storyline. No, one you start and finish, that storyline ends. And in this one, he goes up against Killer Croc, and by the end of it, he's handled the Killer Croc situation. All right, so like you're not going to be getting like, it's not going to be 3 issues long for a story. It's going to be one story and one issue, and that's how he's going to do it, right? And I'm trying to find the writer right now, but yeah, and that is how this is going to be going on. And this new issue of Batman was great because it was real number one. It was real number one. He has a new suit and everything. He has a new suit, and then so they really dive into what was part of this new suit, his Batmobile. They have a whole new kind of like Gotham. Gotham's totally different in this joint. Like Commissioner Gordon is back to being a B cop. He's back to being a B cop, and then who else? Oh, my man's Vandal Savage is now the commissioner of Gotham. All right, and he's sending the police out after Batman, as you already know. But this was a great number one, and it really shows Batman as a hero and not just as a vigilante crime fighter that's out there just beating criminals to a pulp. Like they really show him being a hero and kind of trying to help people. And oh, here we go. Matt Fraction is writing the new Batman ongoing right now that I'm talking about. And then so to get back to it, they really show Batman being a hero and actually for the people and out to protect the people, and not even just protect but help people. You feel me? So it was really dope seeing that, and I can't wait to see how they do with this one storyline per issue, and I can't wait to see how long this goes and how long they do that, because I think that's very interesting. And comics used to do that a lot, but we haven't seen that much lately. So I can't wait to see what they do with this new Batman. But that's not even all. I told y'all a few pods back about Deadpool and Batman, about how DC and Marvel are doing these crossover comics between heroes, and then this one had Batman and Deadpool, and plus it had other comics inside of it, like it had Wonder Woman and Captain America, had Green Arrow and Daredevil, also had a Lobo story, also had Batman vs. Wolverine story that was real short, and I think a Crypto story with somebody else. But this was actually really dope. It's actually funny because I've seen a bunch of creators fighting over this, like DC lovers, Marvel lovers fighting over like who won in the comic. In my opinion, Batman definitely got the best of Deadpool, like easily. He beat him up in a fight. He outsmarted him. He used Deadpool to actually capture the Joker, which they did a good job in this comic of setting up why they were going up against each other, where Deadpool came from, and then like how this all happened and what how they team up and how they fight. This was great storyline. It was great writing for this team up kind of story, because it really is a team up. It's not really a versus, more of like a team up, but it was actually pretty dope seeing these two characters come together and kind of how he used Deadpool against the Joker. All right, I don't want to get too much into it. Actually, why not? It's just the pod. People probably already read it. So basically what he said like Joker kind of was looking for somebody from another universe to like go after Batman and stuff like that. And then so Batman basically, after they capture Batman, which he let them capture him, he basically tells Joker, he's like, yeah, you found somebody crazier than you. And Joker was like, I wouldn't say crazy. And he's like, no, you did. He actually got under my skin where you have never been able to get under my skin. And basically he just played them both to where the Joker kind of went against Deadpool, you feel me? And they played each other. And Batman had this all set and planned because Joker wanted Deadpool to find Batman, and then which ended up Deadpool trying to help Batman to lure him to go to with Joker. But Batman's like, I'm just go along with it because it helped me find the Joker quicker. And that's what he did. So and Batman just was setting it up. Batman even beat up Deadpool at one point where Deadpool was like, you're a little bit better at karate than I am, it was hilarious to see that. But Yeah, this was a dope crossover event between DC and Marvel. And also in all the other stories, you kind of see the merging of the DC and Marvel universes. There's a page where you kind of see Darkseid and Thanos side by side in the background. You see different heroes talking to each other, especially in the Wonder Woman and Captain America story. You also see different things like different heroes out of both universes in the background, really in the background of these comics, like talk and communicate with each other. But it was really dope seeing these universes kind of merge in these series. And this is not done. They have way more coming out that I can't wait to read more of those. But this was actually really dope, and I like what DC and Marvel is doing, bringing these heroes and stuff together, where you kind of see where the comparisons are, how they're alike. Like definitely seeing like the Wonder Woman and Captain America, how both of their stories have to do with the World War and everything. So it was really dope seeing those two together. So if you get a chance, definitely check those out. Cause man, I can't wait to see one more. I hope they do this a lot more. I hope every year they do like a string of DC and Marvel comics put together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So definitely check those out. Okay, so to end out episode 13, I'm gonna kind of just talk to y'all about some nerd stuff, my opinions on different things that are going on within the nerd universe right now. All right. So one thing that you may have seen, if my wrestling nerds like me, is that WrestleMania 43, I believe, 43 will be in Saudi Arabia. All right, it will be in Saudi Arabia, which is actually going to be funny because all the women wrestlers going to be dressed like Power Rangers. Because they can't like show no skin over there, so they all gonna be dressed like Power Rangers, which I'm actually excited for, because when they do, they get mad creative with it, and it's always fire. Like, not saying that the costumes now aren't creative with them showing skin, because it is. Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, their outfits are always crazy. It's Rhea Ripley's, and I like how their storylines have to do with their costumes. But when they gotta do the fully dressed, fully not showing no skin, great. They go full out with the creativity on their costumes, and I can't wait to see what that is. But a lot of people are mad. A lot of people are like mad that it's outside the United States and it's not in London, because they just had one in London where the London people went crazy. But I can see this because I feel like a lot of things with WWE, I'm seeing like reports and stuff, like a lot of things have been doing things like a cash grab, like especially with them going to ESPN, like a lot of things they're doing are just big cash grab, you feel me, to get money in for, I guess, whatever contract they had. They're trying to refill that contract, getting money back. I gotta look more into it, but a lot of people are angry about it. I think it's dope. I can see them trying to get their money. Hey, it's gonna be probably an earlier time during the day for WrestleMania, so that's cool with me. But yeah, that's happening, and WrestleMania 43 will be in Saudi Arabia. So that was a big announcement that they made. And it also seemed like none of the wrestlers were happy about it either. Like, you see Seth Rollins, he had a smile on his face. Becky Lynch, but maybe it wasn't Becky Lynch, it was somebody else. But yeah, they did not seem happy about that. Me, I'm cool with it. I think it's going to be fun to see the outfits that the women come up with for that. This is also something in the nerd realm, like Pokemon. As you see, the new Pokemon game will be coming out soon, and they have Mega Evolutions are back, and they've been releasing different Mega Evolutions. All of them have been trash. I have not seen a Mega Evolution that actually looks dope. Like, all the Mega Evolutions look trash. It's garbage, man. I don't even know. Like, what is going on with these Mega Evolutions? They don't even look good, bro. At least not to me. I don't know about y'all. Tell me what y'all think, but they do not look good to me. I do not like the Mega Evolutions at all. But tell me what y'all think about it. I'm still trying to wait. I don't think this game is going to be that good. I think this game is kind of be a stepping point to a better game. I think they're kind of testing some things out, like battle styles, battling and things like that with this game that will be better in the next game. You feel me? So I think this is a stepping stone game with Pokemon. I think this is Pokemon, I can't even remember the name of it, for real. ABC, something like that. But this new Pokemon game that's coming out, yeah, I think this would just be a stepping stone Pokemon game for a better Pokemon game. All right. But that's all I got for y'all right now. I'm gonna be splitting this up into 2 episodes because a lot happened since I've been gone. So I'm gonna give you the next episode, which I'm gonna have more topics on that, talking about different things. You feel me? But this has also been a great episode. You know, I love talking to y'all. I wish y'all talk back. Hit me up in the comments. You feel me? And speaking of, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Well, like, comment, and then subscribe. All right, like the channel, like the video, comment, and then subscribe to the channel, and so you can get more videos and be notified when I post more videos. Because I'm gonna keep going. There's always nerd stuff to talk about, so I'm gonna keep talking about this nerd stuff. And also, shout outs to the Blurred and Beyond podcast. You can catch me on there. I've been on there twice already, and I'm trying to be on there every now and then for their podcast, which is pretty dope. So check out the Blurred and Beyond podcast. Really dope group of fellas that talk about nerd stuff just like me. So definitely check them out. But like I said, it's been another episode. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. All right. And tell your friends about me. All right, y'all. Peace.